What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is David Hanlon, aka the Laptop Legend. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the stocks that you guys need to be watching for tomorrow because, man, there's still a lot of opportunities in this market. This afternoon was actually a lot slower than we've been seeing, but that's pretty normal. When we get so many crazy days in a row, eventually it has to stop. Again, a stock goes up way too much, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 days in a row. Eventually, it's going to have a day where it comes back down. And the market, to me, felt like a little bit of that, So we had a bunch of really good days, and today felt like a little bit slower of a day. But there were still a lot of opportunities to capitalize on, and if you guys like those panic dip buys, we're going to be seeing some more tomorrow. I nailed some today that were able to put me back green on the day because I made some really, really dumb trades. I'm going to talk about that. Hopefully you guys can learn from my $2,000 mistake and not make it yourself. And yeah, let's dive into my computer and get talking. Also remember to smash that like button. All right, guys, so I'm here at my computer and there's so many charts that we need to look at today. I'm going to try to make this video faster than yesterday's, but again, there's like 50 tickers we got to talk about. So please stick around with me till the end and you don't want to miss anything. I guess that's the main point of this. So here is a really good example of why you need to cut your losses quickly and not hold in hope. This is an example of a stock that, if you look at this chart, this is what happens when a pump and dump gets really, really overextended. You have this many green days in a row, and there can be a massive, nasty drop. And this thing did not bounce like at all. It bounced a little bit off the first one, but you see these candles? Like, if I see this, man, I see this type of drop. I see it drop from 130 all the way down to 76 without a single green candle. I'm thinking, okay, wow. This is going to bounce really hard. This is bouncing to at least, 90 cents, at least 95 cents, maybe $1. Maybe we can get above $1 on this. And, not really, man. Had a little fake out bounce and just kept going. And apparently there were some great traders who've been making, multi-six-figure days this week who took some big losses on this stock. So it's just a good example of when stocks don't go your way and they don't do what you expect them to, you got to get out quickly. And this is also why I partial sell into gains when I have them immediately on dip buys, because if you buy here, kind of at a chase, you can sell some here and then get out break even overall. But if you get in huge and then it just continues to fade and you hold in the hope, this is gross. This is gross, man. So you got to be careful of charts that look like this. But there actually were some great dip buys today, and these stocks will definitely be in play for tomorrow. So this is one that I absolutely nailed. I might have only taken it from here to here. It might have been a really small trade. I forget exactly how I played it out. But there were a lot of good opportunities on this stock today, and you can see it's up a lot. Has a lot of room to fall. So I was playing this very, very carefully. And again, this was after I took that huge loss and was trying to dig myself back out of that hole. Digging yourself out of a negative hole is really hard psychologically because you try to force trades because you don't want to end negative on the day. So I'm very grateful that there were great opportunities that presented themselves. And this one, this could have another really big panic just like this, especially if we're looking at this chart, especially if it cracks below this area right here at 1.2 and then cracks under that 1 cent area. This could see a really, really nice panic and a really nice bounce. So I'm looking for that on MMEX OPTI. That was the other main stock that helped me dig myself out of the hole. Look at this beautiful panic, man. So I actually got in here. I chased this bounce a little bit. The first time, I chased this bounce the first time, and I ended up getting in, I'm not sure, it might have been 30, what was it, 30? Yeah, it might have been like $34.99. I might have had a limit order at 35 or something like that, and I got filled big. I think I might have gotten 100,000 shares or something like that, and then it went against me. So I took I think I got out at least half in this area before it tanked, and then I got out the rest in this candle, and I ended up taking another $800 loss on OPTI. So I was down 800 on that ticker, and I just kept the faith, and I knew that it was going to bounce hard at some point. So the next time it bounced, I was looking at the level 2s. And again, if you use Fidelity like I do, we do not have the level 2 charts for OTCs. We don't have them, and it's very frustrating because if you don't know what level 2 is, it's basically every single person who's willing to buy and at what price, and every single person who's willing to sell and at what price. So if you just have level 1, which is all you can see on the directed trade window for OTCs on Fidelity, you can't tell if there's a massive buyer right below what the price is currently trading at. And if you're watching level 2 and you see a massive buyer step in after it's down a ton, it's likely that it's gonna bounce, if that makes sense. So you can place your order a little bit sooner, and that extra 5 seconds that you place your order sooner means that you're gonna get executed on the bounce over someone who waits for it to uptick, which really makes a huge difference because I missed a lot of executions today, and part of that was because some of them I wasn't watching the level 2, and some of them I didn't see it uptick. So you gotta be aware of that. And I mean, look at that bounce, man. Look at that bounce. I sold most of, I mean, I think I took 100,000 shares again. I ended up selling most of them. I think I took them at 31, and I sold most of them, you know, before even 32. I sold at least half, and I was just selling into this, just to be careful because it could have continued panicking. I mean, look at this chart. You think there's room to keep panicking? Absolutely, man. Absolutely room to keep panicking. But it did have a nice bounce. But this is the type of play that you guys really, really need to focus on. I am still watching the stock hard for tomorrow, and if it continues to panic past there, gonna be another great dip buy, man. Another great dip buy. So many great dip buy opportunities today. INKW, that was another one. I mean, look at this. We did have a decent amount in the morning. I don't know that I nailed any of them super well in this area, and that's what frustrated me again. So INKW is pretty much always on the watch list. You can see now it's starting to come back down. So, I mean, maybe it just keeps pushing. I'm down to buy breakouts on this one as well. But, you know, typically if you want to see a huge panic and a huge bounce, it needs to be a little bit more overextended than this. You know, this could definitely still fall, but, you know, if we have a stock that's like 5 green days in a row, that's probably more likely to see a big panic. AITX, this one I could not nail. I mean, look at that panic. This is one that I did not get executed on. This was super frustrating. This probably would have been a several $1,000 trade. So, I mean, I would have, you know, tripled my profits on the day just by trading this. I was going to take huge size and just didn't get filled. I just didn't get filled. And that's part of because I was not watching the level 2. So again, get the level 2, guys. You can make a free TD Ameritrade account and then just pull up the mobile app on your phone and, you know, put it next to your laptop, and you can watch the level 2 and you can see, like, if it's tanking and there's a ton of big sellers, like, I don't know, 1 million on the ask moving down every time, 500,000 on the ask moving down every time, and then suddenly they're gone and there's big buyers in there, or like there's less big sellers, if that makes sense, it's more likely to bounce then. So like the overhead pressure disappears, that's when it's more likely to bounce. So you can take stabs at it a little bit earlier to make sure you get executed. Because I think I cut on AITX. I think I got in here and then cut it, and then didn't get filled on this bounce, which sucks. It really sucks. So you got to be careful of that, and you know, watch the level 2. I guess that's my biggest takeaway from today, guys. Watch the level 2. Well, I guess I have a lot of big takeaways from today, but that's one of the big takeaways. Watch the level 2. It's super helpful, and you know, just make a free TD Ameritrade account if you don't already have one. If you are trying to use Thinkorswim, you need to have $500 deposited to get live level 2 data. I don't know why they give it for free on the mobile app, but not within the Thinkorswim account. So it's just, you know, it is what it is. But this one, let's see, the year chart, no, the 3-month chart, it's still up a lot, man. This is still up a lot. Still has a lot of room to fall. So we could get some more great panics out of this one. Let's keep looking. MJNA, my goodness, this one went hard. This gapped up and spiked. Saw some huge panics, mini bounce, huge panic, fake out bounce, another huge panic, and got an okay bounce there. This one I was just scared of because yesterday, again, I had a market sell that did not execute for 5 minutes on this stock. A market sell. So I was playing it super carefully, and because of that, luckily I probably didn't take a big loss because I might have taken huge size here and just gotten wrecked and not been able to fill until like this area. So is what it is, and you know, this one I really don't trust that much, but I mean, yeah, it could definitely bounce tomorrow, you know, see a nice little breakout run, maybe, I don't know. I mean, it closed pretty near the lows, so maybe it just gaps down and keeps fading. But weed stocks in general today definitely were taking some big hits overall. PLNHF, this is actually one that I was swinging for a while. I totally missed the breakout, but like I said, it would have been a good buy once it got past that consolidation area. Hold on, let me go 3 months. Yeah, so again, I bought it in the 330s, and I made a video saying that it was a really good buy once it broke out past those all-time highs. Let me go. Sorry, I'm a little too zoomed in. There we go. All right, yeah, so I bought it in the 330s and said it would be a good buy when it broke out past that all-time high. And, you know, it did that right here, and boom. I mean, it was a beautiful run, and then consolidated here. I sold on this day right here. Again, this day right here. And then it consolidated again, didn't do much, and then broke up through that resistance. So again, I was planning on buying this through here. I guess I wasn't watching it carefully enough. But I mean, that was a great buy. Breakout past that high, absolutely ran. But today, obviously, all wheat stocks were red, and you can see that there were actually some good dip buys on this. This was more a swing trade for me. So I guess these patterns show up in pretty much everything. At least that's an OTC, so it's kind of cool to see. These patterns apply everywhere. But yeah, I mean, wheat stocks in general were rough today. Let's keep going. OCGN. I don't know why I traded this. Might have been just a washout long, I think, in here. I just got lucky on this one. I mean, this one continued to squeeze. Look at that. I mean, there's a big gap to fill on this one, so a little tough. I think it was just a squeeze. There were a lot of shorts, and then, it just started spiking, got some momentum buyers. I'm personally not going to mess with that one. I'm just not. GTLL. This had a nice panic dip buy in the morning. Didn't get filled on this one, and then just choppy the rest of the day. But it's still up a lot. Again, still up a lot. So this could see a huge, huge panic, which will be a beautiful dip buy opportunity. That's what I'm looking for on GTLL. PVDG. This is one that had a decent dip buy here. A little bit of a pop, not a huge pop, but we'll take some solid gains, especially if you sell right into that. And then a couple fake out bounces here, and then a nice little bounce. Again, look at the volume for confirmation. You see this much volume at the bottom. That's a really good sign that it's probably found its base and just had a nice little spike from there. So I mean, that's a decent gain on this one. Even though the stock's red on the day, you guys could easily make money on the stock. And again, that's why I don't like buying and holding most of these stocks, because I really don't trust them. I really don't trust them. We had another stock that was actually halted today. I don't know if I talked to you guys about this, but COUV, this was the one from yesterday that got halted for weeks. So, I mean, if you're in COUV right now, it's probably going to gap down to like 30 cents, which sucks. It'll open like 2 weeks from now. So there was another one that had that happen today. I forget what the ticker is. Feel free to comment below if you know it. But it's a scary world out there, guys. These stocks can get halted by the SEC for sketchy stuff. And I don't want to keep my money in there for a long time, especially not if I'm trading with huge size. So got to look out for that. SFOR, let's keep going. This one had just mainly some consolidation all day. I guess that was a pre-market print. And then, just faded down, fake out bounce, faded down. Had a little bit of a pop, but just there's not much opportunity on this chart. We got 3 red days in a row now. So it's possible we could see a nice breakout tomorrow. A little pop-up, pop off of these lows. Maybe it holds this support here at 18. It looks like it bounced off there today. It was at least able to hold this. Again, after-hours prints on OTCs they don't mean anything, so don't worry about that print. So if it holds 18, I'd say it's decent. Could probably see a nice pop, but it could also panic. Could also panic below that. Again, 18 is an important level here. In this area, that's where this candle failed. So just keep that in mind. 18 is an important area. But if it breaks under that, maybe we get another panic dip buy. So I'm looking for on that one. MINE. This is one that, yeah, I mean, had, wow, I mean, it was just gross. This is what happens when you get some pumps. And this one, I mean, not even really any good dip buying opportunities here. So you can see here, it looks like it's bouncing. And you might have gotten screwed there. So this is why I always cut when it goes against me, or if I buy in and it doesn't bounce, I just get out. So protect yourself from big losses, and the gains add up. Again, it might not look like I was actually protecting myself from big losses today if I have a $2,000 loss almost on SNDL. But let me explain what happened on that one, just so you know. So I saw the stock, I saw it down a ton, man. It was down a ton. And I was buying it. In this area, when there were a couple, I guess, too many red candles. I was trying to buy just like a washout long. And every time I would like miss my entry, and then I would chase my entry, and then I would get chopped out because, I buy once it's too many green candles, and there's a little pullback, but I was trading with 10,000 shares, which means that every penny is $100. And on TSNP, that's fine, but this stock is so choppy. I mean, there's 3 billion in volume today almost. That's insane. So because of that, I buy 10,000 shares and then it moves 5 cents against me like that, and I'm down $500. Repeat that process over and over. Like, that's how you end up with a $2,000 loss. So even though I was cutting my losses quickly, I stupidly kept trying to get back in. And you can't do that with these stocks because they're so choppy. So if you want to get in, you got to take smaller size, know that it could go a little bit against you, and you got to have a risk level based on the chart that actually makes sense, not just like I'm cutting if I go negative on my trade at all, because that just doesn't make sense. You're never going to make money like that on these stocks. And it did find some decent support here and bounced off of that. Now I guess it's testing it. But in general, I'm not interested in trading this chart at all. I'm not interested in trading this at all. It's just too busy, too crowded. I just got bored on this one, and that's my lesson to you guys. Focus on the setups that you're good at and ignore everything else. Because if you go looking for action, you're going to end up taking big losses, and you could give back all your gains. Again, I was negative 2,000 on the day at one point today. And I know in the grand scheme of things, this week, I'm already up, God, what am I, like over $40,000 this week. So, I really got to keep the perspective, but that easily could have turned into a way bigger loss. So I just got to keep that in mind and not be stupid. Focus on the setups that I am best at. Let's keep going. PASO, this one closed really hard. Really hard. So I expect a gap up on this one, honestly. I expect a gap up on this one, and we could keep running. Break out past these levels, that'd be nice. Because this one, we know it can spike, but we know it can also have like 20 red days in a row. So be careful of this. Be careful of this. But yeah, I mean, could be some nice panic dip buys. Not a ton of volume, I would say. So I don't like this chart action. It'd be a little bit tough to get out here if you wanted to. But, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. It's definitely on the watch list for a gap up tomorrow. Maybe have a gap up into a panic, into a little bounce that we can take advantage of. ECEZ, I cannot trade this on Fidelity, if I'm not mistaken. But this one had a nice spike in the close. And, look at that chart. Probably going to be a huge panic dip buy on this one. So you guys want to look out for that. Definitely be watching for that one. Let's see if there's anything I'm thinking of. WNW after hours. Yeah, WNW after hours is going insane. I think this is a Chinese stock, so it's holding its gains somewhat nicely. I would say it needs to probably hold these levels. If it goes down anymore, it's probably just going to die. But if it holds this level in pre-market, that $19 area, comes back up and breaks this level, it could definitely go on a huge spike. Also, Bumble IPO'd today. I traded that. I don't know why the ticker says 12047 BMBL. That traded today. I bought it in here and then sold it here and then didn't trade it the rest of the day. So, it spiked up, had some nice panic dip buys. But this one, obviously, NASDAQ, I'm assuming. So, not the OTC stocks that you're going to want to be looking at. TSNP, another tough day, man. Another tough day. I chased the bounce here and ended up, I think, taking a little bit of a loss. Because I chased the bounce and didn't get executed and then got chopped out. And again, with this spread, it's really hard to trade, guys. It's really hard to trade. You buy in, you're instantly at a loss because you can't get out at the price you bought in at. You have to get out on the bid. On the bid. So you buy on the ask, you have to get out on the bid, which just screws you over. So when you see this choppy price action, it's very difficult to trade, guys. Very difficult to trade. So I'm going to need a big panic or a big spike out of TSNP. Otherwise, it's really not worth trading, which stinks because I love TSNP. I love day trading it. I love the company, but man, maybe we get the ticker change and that, is enough of a catalyst that it really gets it to move. Want to see HMBL. Forwardly, I bought this one a couple times for the breakout of $1, but there was some fat dude sitting on the ask, hiding his size. He was hiding his size and he was just taking it. He was just taking it in the ask. And man, it could not break through it. And, again, that one psychological area, literally all day, couldn't do it. So if this breaks through one tomorrow, it's probably going to see a nice little pop, especially if TSNP is running. But wow. Someone did not want this above $1. Someone was hiding some size. Hiding some size on this one, man. It was wow. That's all I'm going to say. Pura. Did I talk about that one? I'm not sure if I talked about that one. Pura. Yeah, this was just, just kind of gross. Had a little bit of a dip buy, but nothing crazy. Not a super interesting chart. So, overall, guys, I'm still focusing on the panics. If there's anything I missed, again, I'll be talking about it in the Discord. As always, if something pops up in any of the chat rooms, any of the scanners, I'm still trying to figure out my trade ideas, get everything figured out there. For the OTC scanner, I might have to call customer support. ALYI, I guess this is another good one to be watching. Could see some more panics. Maybe I already talked about that. Did I talk about OZSC? That's the last one, I guess. OZSC. Had some nice panic in the morning. A little bounce off of that. And just consolidating overall. So now we have 3 red days in a row. Potentially could get a nice little spike here, find a new base, and break through 50 cents this time. I would look to buy that breakout for sure. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. If you made it to the end, mwah! I appreciate you 40-year-old men. There's your little kiss. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, let's grow better together. Preguntar, bebé, dime por qué te mientes. No puedes esconder todo lo que tú por mí sientes.